Good evening, guys. Am I audible? Is my screen visible? Good evening. Yes, so today will be day 17 of this virtual internship Python programming, and we are going to see another important libraries which will be MATPLOTLIB and SEABORN, which are used for visualization purpose. Okay, regarding the assignment, have you guys tried to complete the third one? So regarding the update link of third assignment, it will be provided in next session. Okay, so by tomorrow evening, please make sure they will be circulating the links for updating the third assignment. So make sure you update it there. Clear? Can we start with today's class? So today, first we'll see about MATPLOTLIB and then with SEABORN. Okay, so I'll be teaching you what all the common plots available, and first we'll be see about some simple tasks, and then we'll use dataset also to visualize the results. So that's what will be today's session. And regarding the third assignment, please try to complete by tomorrow evening. So in tomorrow's session, I'll try to teach you how to do the third assignment also. Okay. So I hope that will be fine. We'll get started with this class on MATPLOTLIB first. So what is a MATPLOTLIB? It is also a Python library, but what is the use of this one is it serves for visualization purpose. Okay, it has many modules, and we are going to use only pyplot. Okay, it is a collection of many modules, and we are going to use pyplot. Okay, it provides many features for us, and it is able to create different types of visualization reports like line plot, scatter plot, histograms, bar chart, pie chart, box plot, and many more. Okay, are available. So we'll see one by one. Starting with the installation, you can go with pip install matplotlib. Okay, this will help you to install, and next will be importing it. So as I told you earlier, we only need, most probably for our task, we only need this pyplot. So I'm not going to import everything. Okay, I'm not going to import the entire matplotlib. I'm going to import only matplotlib.pyplot, and I'm giving a short name as plt. Okay, so every time I need to use this one, I can call plt to access things present inside of this one. Clear? And understanding the anatomy of a matplotlib figure. So these are the options available in a matplotlib figure. So you'll be getting some output, right? So the visualization figure, you can set, okay, X label, Y label, the title. You can set grid here. This is a line plot, and you can see here the scatter plots. Okay, you can have major tick, minor tick, all those details can be added. Okay, these are optionals. You can add a legend for the colors. So all these things are available. Okay, it's optional. So if you want to enhance your figure, then you want to add these things, you can add. So this will be the anatomy of a matplotlib figure. Starting with line plot. Okay, so what is a line plot? Any idea? So it is used to find the trend, okay, in a time series analysis, or how it is going. If you plot between X and Y, so how it is going, whether it is going, it is increasing or decreasing, it is going and then decreasing. So how is the trend, you can analyze with line plot. So how to draw this line plot? To draw this line plot, you need X and Y, okay, X axis and Y axis, and you have to pass it in plot option. So it will be plt.plot. And similarly, once you plot it, if you want to see the result, then you have to go with plt.show. It is like printing, okay? So this will help you to display the output. Clear, guys? Can we try to do this one? Can we go into Colab and try this one? So I'll open my Google Colab. So I'll tell you a few examples. So when we get accommodated with that, we are going to go into datasets and use that for visualization, okay? So first let me import NumPy for creating arrays as np, and I have to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, these two things we are going to use. First, let me create in the X, let me call np.array. So what is this array? What is the dimension of this array? Please tell me, guys. Yesterday we have seen, right, about numpy. So what is the dimension of this array? Any idea? Remember, guys? Tell me in chat box. So I'll call plt.plot. So this will help me to plot the values x comma y, and I'll go with plt.show. Okay, this is a straight line. So this is a one dimension only, okay? It's not a 2D, it is a one dimension. And this is the plot we got. We haven't added any additional things, okay? It is just empty. It is showing the ticks alone, major ticks alone. And you can add title, and there are options for this. I'll explain you one by one, okay? Now we have just plotted a plot and we can see the result. And if you want to visualize this, you have to go with plt.show. So every time you use this, it is going to apply it and give you the result. Clear? So next, moving into draw multiple lines. Okay, you can pass multiple lines and you can draw it also, so it will give you the output. Okay, and regarding this, I'll tell you, this will go in the trend, whether it is increasing or decreasing. You can pass it, we can visualize this. We'll go for other option also. See here, you can set the line style. Okay, it is a straight line, right? You can set it to dotted, or other options are available, you can check it. Okay, and regarding the labels, title and grid, you can add those for enhancing the image. Okay, you have to plot it, and before showing it, okay, you can set plt.x label. If you set it, it is going to give you the x label, it will set that. And plt.y label, it is going to give you the y label. And plt.title grid, okay, if you want grid, you can call this one. Whatever you are setting will be showed in your figure, and you can call this plt.show. Are we clear? Can we try this? Okay, let me create. Okay, first I'll plot plt.plot x comma y, and I'll set the line style equal to dotted. Okay, so other than this, you can add other things also. Let me add a grid here, plt.grid. Okay, plt.x label. For now, I'll just give it to x axis. plt.y label, y axis. plt.title. Okay, finally plt.show will help us to see the result. I'll run this one. Okay, we got the dotted line. So see here, from this value, okay, it is going to plot this x and y. So in point 1 it is 3, so we got that here. And in point 2 it is 8, so it is increasing and then decreasing and then increasing. Okay, we got a dotted line, we got grid, we got x label, y label, and the title also. Clear? Is it clear how we are enhancing it? There are other options also, you can check and play on this one to enhance the image. So regarding the visualization, if you want to further enhance the color or the visual part, then you have to go and use the SEABORN library, which will be appealing more further. Okay, we'll see that also later on in this session. So next, moving into subplot. So whatever plot you are creating, if you want to go and create a subplot, how will you do it? Okay, so to mention a subplot, what is a subplot actually? Subplot is like, if you have a single image, you can split it and store different images inside of it. So this entire thing is one image. Okay, and I'm having subplots here. This is the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So how are you going to do this? See here, these both are different. That's an image representation. But if you are going to do a subplot, you can plot it. Okay, you have to pass the, like, what is the size you are going to, what is the position you have to give it, and then you can call this plt.plot. Okay, these two things you have to do, and if you are keep on doing, it is going to set it. Here this number is different. See here. So see in all these 6 things I have given 2 comma 3 in every place. Okay, only the last number changes. So what is this 2 comma 3 means? 2 is the number of rows. Okay, it is split into 2 rows and 3 columns. So that's what the first 2 comma 3 represents. And then if you pass 1, okay, if you pass 1 here, that 1 will be, these values will be plotted here. Okay, if you place 2, it is going to plot here, then 3 it is going to plot here. So in that sense it is going to plot. So this is how, here I have mentioned 1 comma 2 comma 1. So this will be a 1 row 2 columns. So these two things will be there. So these values will be the first image, and 1 comma 2 comma 2, this one will be in the second image. So 2 images we can get. So we'll try to do this one. Clear guys how subplot is working? So I'm going to call plt.subplot. Here I want to pass 3 things. 1 comma 2 means, so totally the image is 1 row and 2 column. Okay, and then this will be the first image. Okay, and I'll call plt.plot x comma y. Okay, so once you're done, if you want to go and plot the second image in this, you can give other variables. Okay, np.array. Okay, now what I'm going to do, plt.subplot. So this is also belong to that 1 row 2 column, and this is the second image, so I pass 2 here, and I'll call plt.plot a comma b. So once you do all these things, you can add other things if you want, and finally you can go with plt.show. Okay, so see here it is 1 row and 2 column, and these lines, okay, this x and y are plotted here, and a and b are plotted here. Okay, you can set individual x label, y label, and so on. So this is how you can do with subplot. Next, moving into scatter plot. So what is a scatter plot? Any idea? So what is the use of scatter plot? Mainly in the part of machine learning, if you apply the scatter plot, you can find what you can find. You can find the clusters in there. Okay, if they are grouped together, if you can find many points together, then they are closely related. And if you find some points is some distant and it is not related to anyone, then it can be an outlier in your data set. So there can be some outlier. It is also an important issue you have to deal when you have your data set. If you have it, you have to remove it, and you can see all these things with scatter plot. So whatever points you are passing, it is going to scatter and give you the points, okay, based on the x and y value. So now what we are going to do, we are going to use, okay, I'll use a data set and load. Okay, I'll load a data set and we'll do the scatter plot with our data set itself. Okay, so for this I'm going to use 2 data sets. One will be heart, okay, and another one will be diabetes. So we'll try to do it. First let me load the data set. I'll upload it. Okay, I got the 2 data sets. And how are we going to use our data set in our, okay, in our IDE? I'm going to import pandas. Okay, with pandas we can read CSV, right, as PD. So I have to pass the path inside. Let me get the hot data set. Let me visualize what it is using head. Okay, this is the data set, and we have all these details, and finally we are having the target, whether it is 0 or 1. Based on that we are going to determine whether the patient is having diabetes or not. Okay, that's how this thing works. And now I'm going to use the scatter plot. Okay, how to plot a scatter plot? You have to pass the x and y values using plt.scatter. and you can use plt.show to visualize it. So what I'm going to visualize here is, first let me get and give you this one. I'll getting heart, okay. In that we are getting the age alone, okay, and for whom we are getting the age is in heart, okay. If the target column is equal to 0, so for these people I'm going to get, okay. So this is like whoever getting the target as 0, for those their age I'm getting it here. Clear? And similarly I can get for 1 also, which means the heart, like the age of the persons who are having heart disease, and for 0 it means the age of the persons who are not having heart disease, okay. Similarly I can go get other things also, like the age of the persons who are having cholesterol, okay, sorry, the cholesterol level, those who have diabetes and those who don't have diabetes will be given here. Clear? So these things we are going to plot in the scatter plot. So I'll call plt.scatter, and in this I have to pass the x and y, right? So for x I'll call the heart, okay, dot age, and I'm going to get in heart dot target is equal to 0. So which means these patients don't have diabetes, comma y, their cholesterol level also. Heart dot cholesterol, okay, in this column cholesterol level is here, and I'll call heart dot target is equal to 0 for him also, and I'll set the label okay, we'll set it later. Let me again create another scatter plot. You can create multiple plots. So I'm going to plot dot scatter x is equal to heart dot age, and for heart dot target is equal to 1, comma y is equal to heart dot cholesterol for the patient dot target is equal to 1. So this will be, we have to set the label for both. You can set it here itself, label is equal to, so here I'll set, okay, for this one we are plotting multiple plots, okay, this will be 1 point and this will be in another color. So this label I'll set it to heart disease absent, right? These patients have 0 in the target, so which means their cholesterol and age we are getting, and these patients heart disease present, okay, these two things. And let me set a title, plt.title age versus cholesterol diagnosis, plt.x label age, and plt.y label. So what is the y-axis we are giving? Y is cholesterol in both, right? So I'll pass cholesterol. Clear? So finally I'll go with legend. So if you want legend, what is a legend? So these two things will be in different colors, and if you want to find which is heart disease absent and which color is heart disease present, you want to get the legend, it is going to give you what name it is, okay, plt.show finally. Okay, this is what a scatter plot is, and we can see some outliers here, and this is how you can use scatter plot and visualize. See here, two colors are there for representing. So the orange color will be heart disease present, and the blue color will be heart disease absent, and it is age versus cholesterol. Okay, this is what a scatter plot is. Then moving into bar plot. Bar plot will help you to find the height. Okay, it can give you the difference in height, and you can, like, we'll just see with this bar plot. Okay, you can pass x and y, and it is going to give you with names. Okay, and to plot a bar plot you can go with plt.bar. Clear? So we'll go and see this. Once we complete it, we are going to use the data set and see that using bar plot. Okay, x equal to np.array. Let me create names. Okay, y is equal to np.array plt.bar. So inside this I'll pass x and y. Finally plt.show. Okay, this is a bar plot and you can find with the height. Okay, A is 3, B is 8, C is 1 and D is 9. So this is what a bar plot is. Now we will going to see use the data set, and in that we will use this bar plot. Okay, and there is another option also which is nothing but horizontal bars. Okay, it will be in the horizontal way, and if you want to see it you can go with bar heads. It is going to give you the horizontal bars. Okay, same thing, you can plot it in horizontal bars with using this option bar heads. It is going to give you horizontal bars. See here the same thing in horizontal way. So now we will use our data set. Okay, let me take diabetes data set for this. Diabetes is equal to pd.read underscore csv. See here how we are using pandas, numpy, and then this one matplotlib. Okay, it is interconnected when you go for further applications. Diabetes dot head. Okay, this is our data set is, and what we are going to see now is we'll find how many outcome is there. Okay, we have done it in previous class itself. We'll go with diabetes to find how many number of unique values are present. What is the thing we have done in last class? We have done, right? What is that thing? Remember value underscore counts. What it will give? Okay, we have to select the column name first. Okay, here I'll pass it outcome column. Okay, it is giving this, so I'll create a variable nos equal to. Okay, so if I print this one, so I'll be having two things. Okay, these 0 and 1 will be in the index, and these are the values. Okay, 500 and 268, which means 500 patients have 0 and 268 patients have 1. You can pass dot index. It is going to give you 0 and 1. See here I got 0 and 1. If I go with dot values, it is going to give me 500 and 268. So now we are going to use these two things to plot in the bar plot. plt.bar dot index, which is going to give me the index as x-axis, and dot values will be the y-axis. Okay, so I'll just plot plt.show. You can add other things also. Okay, so you can set the label. Okay, x ticks and y ticks. I'll set it to make it just neat. plt.title. plt.xlabel. Xlabel will be diagnosis, and plt.ylabel. What is ylabel here? It is the count actually we are getting, right? So how many we are getting, count, and I'll set the x tick also. You can change it with x ticks. If you want to go with y, you can go with y ticks. Okay, so here I'm going to set it. Okay, 0 and 1, the count, distribution of outcome. This is the diagnosis, whether it is 0 or 1. Okay, and the count we are getting here. So totally 500, 0 and 1 is here. Clear? Next will be histogram. So histogram is similar to a bar plot, but it will be connected, and you can separate the bins. Whatever you are setting, it is going to separate, group them in that manner, and then give you the output. Okay, it is like grouping and give you in the chart diagram. So we will try to do this. If you pass many things, it will try to do. Here we are going to see in the diabetes data set, I am having the age, right? So we are going to get a histogram of the age column. Okay, so let me get the age column alone. Diabetes age. If I run this one, so this is the age alone, right? So this I am going to pass it in the histogram. And how to plot a histogram? You can go with plt.hist, which will be plotting the histogram, and this bins will set. I'll show you practically. So whatever number you are setting, it is going to separate them in that manner. So I'll call plt dot hist, and here I'm going to pass this diabetes age. Okay, so that's what I'm going to pass here, that age column. I'm going to get a histogram here. I'll set bins equal to 10. So we have to go, it's better to plt.show, since it is collab it will show you. Anyway, if you are using any other IDE, you have to go with plt.show. Okay, so it has splitted into 10 and giving you this output. If I go with 4, you can see it will group them into 4 and give you. See here, so totally in this data set, this range, see here, between this 35 to 20, we are having this much count. Okay, so in our data set, the age group, we are having this much. Okay, and then with 35 to 50, we are having nearly 200, and then so on. Okay, so this is how this histogram works. You can set the bins and get the output. You can set X and Y labels. So next will be box plot. So before plotting the box plot, you have to understand what is a box plot is, and this is the anatomy of a box plot. So some box plot will be in this format of output, and you will be having a middle quartile. Okay, it will be the median, and you will be having a lower quartile and upper quartile, and you will be having a upper whisker and lower whisker. So how it is separated, the data set, what is the middle value, how they are grouped, okay, what is the outlier, you can get from this box plot. And you can plot it with the help of plt.boxplot, and you can pass the data inside whatever may be. If you pass 1, it is going to give you 1 box. If you pass 2, it is going to give you 2 box adjacent to this. Okay, so that's how this will be. So we'll try to plot the box plot, and for plotting the box plot, what I'm going to do, I'll call the diabetes column, and in diabetes, okay, diabetes dot outcome is equal to 0. I'll run this. Okay, if I run this, it is going to give me the diabetes. Okay, who are having 0, it is going to give me that. We have seen, right, it contains a 500 people. If I run this 1, it is going to give me 268 people got 1. Only the value with has 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the age of them. I can run like this, it is going to give me the age alone. This is for the people who are having 1, this is for who are having 0. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass these two things in the box plot, and we'll try to get 2 box plots here. So I'll call plt.boxplot. So how many you are passing, that much box you will be getting. So I'll pass these things inside directly. So for 0, first I need a box plot. Okay, so let me run this first. Okay, this is a box plot, and if you want another thing, you can pass like this. I'll paste it and I'll go with 1, so which means I'll be getting 2 box plot. 1 will be for 0. Okay, so got an error here. And see here, this in this box plot, this 25 is the middle age. Okay, so that's what this is telling. And if you want to plot multiple things, I'm sorry, you want to pass it inside this. Okay, as an array, so it will plot it. So now we got 2 box plots, so you can set the labels and adjust those things. And see here, this one will be for the outcome as 0, and we are having many outliers. This is mentioning it is outliers many. And regarding this one, there is less outlier in this one, and the median value. Okay, this is for diabetes present, and what is the average age here? The middle value is nearly 35, above 35. Okay, so that's what this box plot is giving us. And next will be pie chart. So this will be the last chart we'll be seeing in MATPLOTLIB. Okay, with this we'll be completing the MATPLOTLIB. So we'll see some pie charts, and if you want pie chart, you can pass this array inside .py. Okay, so we'll try to do this one. And if you want to, like, we'll go this one. Okay, you can set the labels also. If you got a pie chart, if you pass the numbers alone, it will be in colors only. You cannot understand which is which. Okay, and to get the labels, you can pass the labels as an array, and you can set this labels equal to, you can pass the variable of a list. It is going to give you that. So we'll try to do this one. X equal to np.array. 16. So what I'm going to do, label equal to, I'll create a list with, this will be apple, orange, kiwi and banana. Okay, and I'll plot plt.py, this will be the pie chart, and I'll pass x here, and then the labels equal to this variable. So I'll call plt.show, you can also pass from the dataset, it is going to give you a pie chart. If you want, you can get it. Okay, so now with the labels, if you remove these labels, this will be a simple colors, and if you pass this one, okay, and if you want a legend, you can also go with that plt.legend, you can enable it, it is going to show a legend here of what is colors it is already present here. You can go with labels or legend. Okay, and that's what about matplotlib. So next one we are going to see SEABORN. So this is another library for visualization. We'll start with the SEABORN. Can we start, guys? So regarding SEABORN, what is SEABORN? We already have matplotlib, right? But why we are going for SEABORN? SEABORN is a popular Python data visualization library which is built upon matplotlib only. Okay, but SEABORN offers a variety of functions. The legend method will give you a color which is which. Okay, so if you enable this legend, see here, if I remove this legend, it won't show this one. Or we have got it in scatter plot, right? We are having two colors, but you want to know which color is which, right? If you remove this legend, I'll remove it, I'll run it. See here, now how will you understand orange color is what and blue color is what? You have to know, right? In that case, you can go with legend. So this will give you which color defines which one. Okay, I hope it will be clear. And then regarding moving into SEABORN, so SEABORN offers a variety of functions. Okay, it will be mainly for attractive. Okay, it will be attractive. These plots will be attractive. That's what the use of the SEABORN is. Mainly in the visualization, appealing. And regarding SEABORN, if you want to use, you have to install with pip install SEABORN. Once you install it, you can import SEABORN. We are going to import the entire thing. I am giving the short form as SNS. Okay. And to plot a scatter plot, you can go, you have to pass x and y. You can plot a scatter plot here. Remember in matplotlib, what is the name we have called? plt dot, is it scatter plot or scatter? Here it is scatter plot. Do you guys remember what we have used in matplotlib? It is dot scatter in matplotlib, but here it is dot scatter plot. And you can pass the data. So here in SNS, it is already having some predefined data sets. Okay, you can actually use it. So I'll tell you how to open it, and with that we'll see some examples. Okay, so first I'll import SEABORN as SNS. Okay, so let me load some data sets here. First let me load the iris dataset, which you have already known. So you can load from SNS dot, there is an option known as load underscore dataset. So this already has some dataset, it is going to give you that. Okay, so let me run this, checking whether it is working. Yeah, we got green tick, so it means it's working. Iris.head. So now this is a pandas data frame, and you can see these are the column names: sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, and finally species column. So it is a flower data set and about their species and their details, okay, about their petal and those details. So here what we are going to do, we'll use, okay, first let me go with, let's analyze this iris.species, and I'll go with value underscore counts. So how many species are there? Remember, right? So you can select a column like this, or you can pass it inside square bracket, inside quotation, and get that also. So see here, it is totally 150, think so. Yes, it is 150, and with setosa 50, okay, 50 is setosa here, and 50 versicolor and 50 virginica. So this is how this is separated. Okay, you can actually set the SEABORN style theme also. You can go with sns.set underscore theme, and I'll set this style equal to dark. Okay, there are few options, you can check it out. Okay, this mainly SEABORN is for enhancing the visualization part. Okay, this one is from value counts. Okay, this dataset is already loaded in SNS. You can go with sns.load dataset and pass iris. Okay, this is the name. I'll show you with further dataset also loading that. And with the species column, I'm getting the value underscore counts. So now I'm going to create a scatter plot. SNL dot, here it is scatter plot, right? You have to type this. And here in X, I'm just going to pass the column names. Okay, see here it is sepal underscore length. I'll go with sepal underscore length, comma, Y is equal to petal underscore length, and I'll go with data. You have to pass which data. It is iris. I can do like this one. Okay, I'll run this. Okay, and this is what we got. Okay, it is a like linking between the sepal length and petal length. Okay, and here I'm going to add a few things also. The first one will be hue. So with color it is going to differentiate some things. Okay, and here I'm going to pass the species. So if I run this, see here I got a legend. Okay, it is giving automatically, and I got 3 colors. It seems like the sepal length and petal length are very low in Setosa, and it is very high in Virginica, and it is medium in versicolor. That's what you can understand, right, from this plot. Clear? You can also go with size. I'll go with size. You can adjust the size, and here for size I'm going to give the petal underscore width, which I'm having here, petal underscore width. So based on the petal width, let me separate based on their size. Okay, this dark theme I'm getting this color because I have set dark theme. So if you remove it, if you run it again, or there are other styles like white, it is going to show you different output. Okay, based on the width you can see the result. So it seems like the petal width is high in Virginica and it is very low in this one, Setosa, right? You can see, right? Compare the size. Clear? So that's what the scatter plot from this one. And next one will be, you can set the hue and size, we have did it, right? And next will be bar plot. Here also you can go with dot bar plot. In MATPLOTLIB it is dot bar, it is here, it is dot bar plot. And here I am passing X, Y, you can pass hue, okay, data and palette. So what is this palette? It is new to us. Palette is the color palette. So there are different color palettes available in SEABORN. You can use it, it will enhance and give you different color combinations in your graph. So for this, let me tell you how to load another data set. So here what I am going to do, let me load a Titanic data set. Titanic is equal to SNS. I have some data sets here, underscore load data set, and I'll pass the name Titanic. So this is going to give me a Titanic data set. So what is this Titanic data set? Titanic.head. Okay, this is a Titanic, like we know, right, that incident. So it is the data set based on it. So whoever survived, what is their passenger class, whether they are male or female, what is their age, whether they are sibling and spouses, parents and children, what is their fare they paid. Embarked means what is the station they have entered. Okay, embarked town, whether it is S for Southampton, C for Cherbourg, okay, and some other things also we'll check, and whether they are man or woman, and all those things are there. Okay, whether what deck they are there, alive or not. Okay, so these things are there. Here we are going to use bar plot here. So let me use bar plot with sns.bar plot. Okay, so here in X I'll pass X, and in Y I'll pass survived. So I'm going to find who survived most, male or female, and what is their count. Okay, and with hue I'm going to give the class. Okay, so class is whether they belong to the first class or second class or third class. Okay, and I want to pass the data set, which is data equal to Titanic. So if I run this, so I got a visualization. See here, so male and female, how much survived, and whether they belong to first class or second class or third class. It seems like from first class the female have survived the most. Okay, and then next to them the female who belong to the second class have survived the most, and in green it is the female who survived in the third class. And when you come to male, the first class survived most. Okay, you can compare the difference, the second class and then third class. This is how you can use the hue also. If I remove it, it is going to just give me between these two who survived most. And if you want to pass, and in that if you want to find it, you can pass the hue. Yes, it is built in SEABORN itself. You can go with, see here, I am not passing any path here. It is sns.load_dataset, and you have to pass the name. There are some datasets available, and here now what I am going to do, I am going to pass palette. I told you, right? It's PALETT, palette. So there are some things available. So one will be RDBU, red blue combination. See, right, I got different, right? So if I pass something, it is going to give me error. You can find it in SEABORN. Okay, it is going to, like, there are some different color patterns available. You can find in the documentation, and you can use them to get different versions of this one. I hope it will be clear. Then moving into the next one, count plot. So this is a new one. This is going to give you the count of it. Okay, so in this count plot, you can use, like, you can pass anything and pass the data using this count plot. So I'll call sns.countplot, and here I'll pass x equal to, so I'm going to count how many stations are there. Okay, SC and what all there. Let me pass this embark, this one, and the data will be Titanic, right? I'll go with it. So this is like value underscore count, but you can get it in a second. See here. So this Southampton, so it seems like there are totally 3 stations they have entered. And with, yes, with the Southampton, I think so, it is Southampton, right? Yes, Southampton, Cherbourg and Queensburg, I think so. So most people have got from this station, and then C, Cherbourg, and then very few people from this queue. Okay, this is how you can use count plot to actually count it. You also have a box plot here, but this will be further more appealing. Okay, this will look good. We'll try to do it. And here, let me go back to the iris dataset to show you the box plot. Iris.head. We got these things, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll go with sns.boxplot. And here in X, let me pass what we can select. We'll go with species, and with Y, let me go with sepal width, sepal underscore width, and the data will be iris, right? So I got a box plot. Okay, this is like compare in that how it is looking in MATPLOTLIB. See here, this is what a box plot we got from MATPLOTLIB. And see here we got from SEABORN. Okay, this is what the difference is. So you can see what is the sepal width. Okay, this is the median value. The center line is the median value, right? This is outliers, and it seems like Setosa have the median value here, the versicolor have here, and Virginica is having here. You can find the length. Okay, this is how you can use the box plot from SEABORN. SEABORN, if you go with SEABORN, it is furthermore visually appealing. You can use it. And this is pair plot. So what is this pair plot is? So it is going to compare and give you a lot of things here. Okay, if you use pair plot, I'll just run it and you can see sns.pairplot. Okay, I'll pass this iris dataset. So it will take few time. And see here we got many plots. Okay, so it is going to like correlation. It is going to compare each column with other columns available. Okay, and it will give the plot. Here you can do further manipulation also. I'll set the palette color. Okay, palette, P-A-L-E-T-T, palette equal to, there is another option known as set 1. It's taking a lot of time. No hue has been assigned. Let's wait and see. Okay, so we want to pass another thing to see the colors. Okay, here it is same color, right? So it is not going to give you. Let me pass a hue here. So we'll use hue for color differentiation. Let me pass the species column. So whenever colors are applicable, then only this is going to apply palette. Okay. So here I am giving color to differentiate what all the things available. I am going to differentiate it color. See here. Okay, you can find the sepal width versus the sepal length is here. Okay, you can compare. So that's how you can compare and get this. We got this legend here, and this set 1 is applied here. If I remove this, it is going to be in different version. It is a big one, so it will take few seconds to run. Okay, see here, this is the original color. If I set this to set 1, it is going to give me some appealing one. There are some other palette options also. You can check the documentation from SEABORN, and you can apply and get some good results. Okay, so we'll go with the next one. So next one will be heat map. So what is this heat map is? Heat map is like based on the color you can see the output. Okay, and I hope we haven't seen about this one .core. So anyone have any idea what is a correlation is? So it is like how one is connected with another one, right? So that's what a correlation is. So you can actually get a correlation table from pandas. Okay, if you have a data set, you can go with .core. It is going to give you a correlation. I'll show you. iris.core. So if you see this table, you can understand what it is. And I got a table, see here. The column names are here, the index also. It seems like the sepal length compared with sepal length, both are same, the value is 1. So if you go with sepal width, it is 1. But you see here, it is giving me whether it is a negative correlation or a positive correlation, how it is related each column with other columns. How petal length is related with petal width, you can find it here, it is a positive correlation. How petal length, okay, how sepal width is related with petal width, it is a negative correlation, see here. So you can get a correlation like this. This is from pandas. You can go and use it in any data frame .core. So now what I'm going to do, I can get a heat map of this one. I can pass it inside, and you have to pass further things also. We'll try to do this thing .heat map. Okay. So we'll first do this heat map. sns.heatmap. I'll go with iris.core. I'll run this one first. This is a heat map, okay. We got this one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add additional features here. C bar is equal to true. So we'll do one thing. Let me go with Titanic. Okay, this is a color bar. If I set it to true, I'll be getting this color bar. Okay, if I remove this, there won't be any color bar. Okay, so we already applied, right? So it is giving anyway. Next one, I'll set the line width. Okay, in between this one, you can set the line width. I'll set this to 3, and annotation is equal to true, which will give me the values actually how much it is, and you can set the format of it. I'll set it to 0.1f. And CMap, I'll set this to blues, so it will be in that manner. So we'll try to visualize this. Okay, how we got this gap inside, it is the line width, and annotation is true means then you will be getting these values here in everything, and whatever value you are setting, I'm setting to 1 decimal point. Okay, clear? So I am setting this color map as blue, so we got some blue heat map. So this is a correlation, but it is not in a table format, it is in a visualization format. And next thing will be DIST plot. Okay, and for this DIST plot, there is another data set I'll show you to load a tips data set from hotel. Tips equal to, see here how I'm loading different data sets from SNS, load underscore data set tips. Tips.head. Okay, this is a data set, and what is the bill level, what is the tip, whether they are male or female, they are smoker or not, what is the date time, okay, which time it is, and the size, okay, how many. So this is what a data set is, and we are going to use this to plot the DIST plot. I'm going to plot with tip. Okay, so let me go with sns.dist plot tips.tip. So this column alone. Okay, it is like a histogram, but you can get this also. Okay, what is the density of them? How much is the tip? You can get it. Clear? And this what with the SEABORN it will be furthermore appealing. So you can go and use if you are doing any machine learning or data science projects, then visualization is a major part which you want to include, whether it will be analyzing the data or for showing your output. It is very important to do these things. So that's it guys, we have seen MATPLOTLIB and SEABORN today, and from tomorrow we'll start moving towards machine learning. So we'll be having 3 days left, right? So totally it is a 20-day class. Class will be 20 days and remaining 10 days is for project. So in the last 3 days I'll try to discuss with you about the project, what can be the theme and how can you do it. I'll give you some glimpse of it. And we have to see the assignment 3. So if you want to see the assignment 3, like I'll tell you, each assignments are giving on the 5th day. So in day 5 we have given the first assignment. In day 10 it is the second assignment. Regarding the third assignment you can find it in day 15. You can see it. It is in YouTube. You can go and open it. In the end I have told you about the project. Okay. It is audio recognition. So based on your audio you have to do some stuffs in pandas. What all we have given, checking the null values, giving a like glimpse, right? What is the info, all those things. So please try to do it. I got few projects, but please, many of you people, please try to cope up and try to complete it. Okay. By tomorrow will be the last date for that, and tomorrow we'll be having the update link. And from tomorrow we'll see other things. Okay. So if you got error with PyAudio, you can go with pip install PyAudio. If you want to search something like this, you can go and search actually. Okay. PyAudio. If you search with pip, it is going to actually give you the link. You can go inside and copy this and paste and run it in your terminal or whatever the IDE you are using. Okay, in some cases, in some system it will ask for PyAudio. So I told you, right, in our PPT also I told you it is better to have install PyAudio. Whatever library you want, you can search for it with pip. It is going to show you the link. You can go and download it. Okay. So that's it guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in tomorrow's class.